Coming up on 5 Minute News. US economy grows faster than China's for the first time in 80 years. Judge lifts Trump gag order that prevented him abusing court staff. And Facebook and Instagram allow ads claiming 2020 election was rigged. It's Friday, November 17. I'm Anthony Davis. The current state of the global economic landscape reveals a notable shift, with the United States outpacing China in growth for the first time since 1980. The United States, under President Biden, initiated a series of historic investments, including the American Rescue Plan, the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law, and the CHIPS and Science Act. These measures, coupled with the reopening of the economy in 2021, have led to impressive economic indicators. The nation has witnessed 34 consecutive months of job growth, maintained an unemployment rate under 4% for 22 months, the lowest in 50 years, and achieved a 4.9% GDP growth in the third quarter of the current year. China's GDP has slid to 64% of the US GDP during the same period, diminishing the likelihood of the Chinese economy surpassing the US economy in the coming decade. China's aging and stagnant population, coupled with diminished economic prospects for its workforce, has played a significant role. Moreover, extensive investments have yielded minimal returns, with numerous new housing complexes lying vacant. Local municipalities are burdened by excessive debt, and the depreciation of the Chinese currency further compounds economic challenges. Xi's recent emphasis on traditional communist principles, particularly in curtailing private industry, has also impeded China's innovation potential. Against this backdrop, a historic meeting between Xi and Biden in California marked a change in tone, suggesting a newfound conciliation between the two leaders. It appears that Xi may be acknowledging the potential challenges in realizing his vision of China as the preeminent global superpower, at least within this decade. This economic downturn could have political ramifications for Xi, particularly among senior Chinese Communist Party officials. A gag order that barred Donald Trump from commenting about court personnel after he disparaged a law clerk in his New York civil fraud trial was temporarily lifted Thursday by an appellate judge who raised free speech concerns. Judge David Friedman of the state's Intermediate Appeals issued what's known as a stay, suspending the gag order and allowing the former president to speak freely about court staff while a longer appeals process plays out. The trial judge imposed the gag order October 3rd after Trump posted a false comment about the judge's law clerk to social media on the second day of the trial in Letitia James' lawsuit. James alleges Trump exaggerated his wealth on financial statements used to secure loans and make deals. Engoron later fined Trump $15,000 for violating the gag order and expanded it to include his lawyers after they questioned Clerk Alison Greenfield's prominent role on the bench, where she sits alongside the judge, exchanging notes and advising him during testimony. At an emergency hearing Thursday, Friedman questioned Engoron's authority to police what Trump says outside the courtroom. He also disputed the trial judge's contention that restricting the 2024 Republican frontrunner's speech was necessary or the right remedy to protect his staff's safety. The appellate court intervened after Trump's lawyers filed a lawsuit against Engoron late Wednesday that challenged his gag order as an abuse of power. They sued the judge under a state law known as Article 78, which allows lawsuits over some judicial decisions. Meta is now allowing Facebook and Instagram to run political advertising saying the 2020 election was rigged. The policy was reportedly introduced quietly in 2022 after the US midterm primary elections. The previous policy prevented Republican candidates from running ads arguing during that campaign that the 2020 election, which Donald Trump lost to Joe Biden, was stolen. Meta will now allow political advertisers to say past elections were rigged or stolen, although it still prevents them from questioning whether ongoing or future elections are legitimate. Other social media platforms have been making changes to their policies ahead of the 2024 presidential election, for which online messaging is expected to be fiercely contested. In August, Twitter said it would reverse its ban on political ads, originally instituted in 2019. Earlier in June, YouTube said it would stop removing content falsely claiming the 2020 election or other past US presidential elections were fraudulent, reversing the stance it took after the 2020 election. It said the move aimed to safeguard the ability to openly debate political ideas, even those that are controversial or based on disproven assumptions. Meta, too, reportedly weighed free speech considerations in making its decision. The Journal reported that Nick Clegg, president of Global Affairs, took the position that the company should not decide whether elections were legitimate. The Tech Oversight Project decried the change in a statement. "We now know that Mark Zuckerberg and Meta will lie to Congress, endanger the American people, and continually threaten the future of our democracy," said Kyle Morse, Deputy Executive Director. "This announcement is a horrible preview of what we can expect in 2024. 5 Minute News is an Evergreen podcast covering politics, inequality, health, and climate, delivering independent, unbiased, and essential world news daily. With HelloFresh, you get farm-fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit. The holidays are right around the corner, and HelloFresh can take the stress out of dinner by delivering everything you need to cook up tasty meals right to your door, saving you tons of time. Just like always, HelloFresh's ingredients travel from the farm to your front door, so you know they're fresh, and everything arrives pre-portioned so you can get right to cooking quick. HelloFresh makes cooking so easy and fast, I've personally been inspired to do more home cooking because of it. Go to hellofresh.com/5minutefree and use code 5minutefree for free breakfast for life. One breakfast item per box while subscription is active. That's free breakfast for life at hellofresh.com/5minutefree with code 5minutefree. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.